92% of people fail, right? 92% of people fail their goals and New Year's goals, and it's just because they lack the information on how to actually achieve their goals, especially for fitness and nutrition, because a lot of people, they think they've just got to eat healthy, or they've just got to think, oh, if I do this, it's going to be all right, but they don't actually know. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is when it comes to setting a goal, you actually want to make sure it's a tangible, specific goal, okay? Saying that you want to lose weight for 2017 is like, I want to gain muscle. I want to be able to run faster. Like, you have to set a goal that's going to be achievable, and then you can say, I've reached that goal, okay? So, like, let's say for fitness, I want to reach 72 kilos in my weight. I want to cut down to 65 kilos. I want to be 10% body fat. That is a tangible goal that you can go, okay, because you can measure it, right? You can measure it on the scale, you can measure it in body fat, you can measure all those things. And if you're able to measure it, then you're able to see the outcome. And that's why a lot of people fail, because they're not specific enough. So I'm going to share with you guys my health and fitness goal for 2017, and it's to get to 72 kilos and be at 10 to 12% body fat, right? At the moment, I'm 67 kilos. So I've got 5 kilos that I want to gain in the next year. Now, it's not going to happen overnight, because I don't want to put on that weight that fast, because I also want to have a low percentage of body fat too. So it's going to be a slow, very, very slow progression. But I know at the end of 2016, I can say, all right, this is exactly what my goal is. I wanted to go from nothing. I wanted to go from 65, and I wanted to go to 72 kilos. And that is how I plotted it along the way. So number one is that you always want to make sure you have a specific goal that you can measure. Because if you can't measure, you don't know. If you say, I want to lose weight, well, are you going to be happy with 5 kilos, or are you going to be happy with 10 kilos? Or are you just going to be like, oh, I lost 100 grams. I'm happy. That's my goal. No. So make sure it's a clear, specific, measurable goal that you can obtain. Okay? That's the first thing I want to talk to you guys about. The second thing is to start small. So a big thing that people don't focus on is they think, all right, so let's say for me, I want to gain to 72 kilos, right? Well, I've got to start small. I've got to say, okay, I've got to increase the amount of food I'm eating in a small amount of time. Instead of just going, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and gain 72 kilos I'm going to get up to 72 kilos in a week. Because what's going to happen is you're just going to put on a lot of fat. The same type of thing as if you want to get lean, right? I want to cut down from 72 kilos to 65. Well, I've got to start small. What can I change first? Do I need to change my nutrition, or do I need to change my workout? You shouldn't just go, I'm going to work out every day, I'm going to eat super healthy and clean, I'm going to do all these things, because you're not going to reach that goal if you try and throw everything in the bathtub at the same time. Because if you're just like, I'm going to go, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to train hard, I'm going to do all these things, it's going from nothing to going to all the way to that. And if you just keep doing that, well, then you are setting yourself up for failure. Most people are not able to do that, and that is what the big struggle is, right? So making sure, number two, that you're setting small things you want to achieve along the way. So if you said, okay, I'm going from not training, if I can train once a day, that's the perfect thing. Train once a day for a week. Next thing after that, train twice a day. Twice a week. And then 3 times a week. Work your way up in small increments. That's the same thing as weight loss. Drop down in small increments. I want to get lean. I want to get 65 kilos. I want to lose only a certain amount of weight every single week. Don't look for big drops, because you're not going to achieve the results you want if you're always looking for that huge thing. Small steps will get bigger and bigger over time. Change that nutrition just a little bit every day. I tell you what, you're going to see much, much better results starting small. I wish I knew that when I first started, because I always try to jump in and do the biggest thing, and I never got anywhere because it was too easy to quit. So if you're going from not training at all, go to 1 day a week. Go for a morning walk if you can. Change 1 meal a day. Don't change the whole thing. Just make small changes, okay? So number 2 is to always make small changes. The next thing is to make it public, all right? So this is what I do. Like, I talk about my health and fitness with you guys every day. I'm commenting on Facebook and saying what I'm doing. I'm posting it on Instagram. I'm recording it on my Snapchat. Everyone can see that I'm into my health and fitness. And we used to complain about that shit, but if you make it public, it's just a more tangible thing. Like, you're sharing it with other people. Humans change. We like to be in groups, right? So when I can share with you guys that I'm getting fit, that I'm getting healthy, it just makes me feel better and it motivates me more. When people see you on the street and they go, wow, you're looking a lot better, isn't that more motivating? And so that's why get public and get yourself accountable. So, like, post it on Facebook. Hey guys, this week I'm going to work out 5 times a week. Someone like me is going to see it and go, hell yeah, you are. Like, awesome. Someone's going to support you along the way. Don't be ashamed of your health and fitness, because at the moment, we're at about a 75% obesity rate in Australia. So, when you post about the health stuff, more people are going to be like, oh, maybe I should get healthy. So making it public, sharing with people, take an Instagram photo, have vanity, feel good for what you're doing, because health and fitness is so important for your body. So making sure you're getting yourself accountable, posting it out there. And another way to get accountable is to get a friend or family member on board with you. The more likely you are to stick with it is if you get somebody else on board with you. So for me, I've got a training partner, Max. When I'm in Townsville right now, I'm training with my friend Brandon, and I'm training with my friend Mish. Different people, and just having people there is going to motivate you towards success, right? If you actually like this one, like if you like this tip, give it a like. Yeah, thanks. Exactly, right? So a lot of people are liking this and saying it's exactly right. And that's good, because when you have that team member, when you have someone else to push you, when you have someone else there who's on the same journey, it's that easier. They're able to pick you up when you're feeling low. They're able to help you get the results you want on those days you aren't feeling motivated, and you are there to pick them up too. On those days they feel like slack, you're like, nah, let's pick it up, let's go. You're training hard and it motivates them too. So making sure you have an accountability partner, or just make it public on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat, all those types of things too. And the fourth thing I want to go over is tracking your progress. This goes back to number one. You've set yourself a goal, a specific, tangible goal. Now you want to be able to track that progress, right? So tracking your progress, if you don't track it, well then how are you supposed to see results? How are you supposed to know that you're actually achieving what you want to achieve if you're not tracking your results? So what you want to measure is, let's say, to get lean, right? I want to get lean. Well, what do I need to track? My waist measurements, my hips, my legs, my weight in general. So you should weigh yourself on a scale. You do your body measurements. You do all these things every single month, because when you're tracking your results, that is when you're going to be able to see if you're making progress or if you're not making progress, okay? Always, always, always track your results. Whatever the goal is towards, if it's getting a bigger bench press, okay, so this is where I started. I started at 60 kilos. Now I need to track, am I improving at that? Am I getting to 70 kilo bench press? Always track your results, because what you can track and you can measure, you're more able to see if it's progressing, all right? So tracking is really, really important, and this can be for everything. And the fifth and final thing I want to share with you guys is make a negative outcome if you don't achieve that goal. Now, this one really, really scares people, okay? So let's say I want to get to 72 kilos by the end of the year. And if I don't achieve that, I'm going to donate $2,000 to the KKK. I'm going to donate $2,000 to whatever, like, right? Something very negative that you would never do. And so when you make this, when you're like, I do not want to do that, I will never give money to that. If you can justify that, it's going to be so much more easier for you to get towards your goals, because you don't want to do that. Especially if you're someone who doesn't want to lose money, or if you don't want to donate to something terrible like that. Like, who would actually really want to be able to donate to the KKK? Absolutely nobody, right? And so that is like a huge incentive for people. So make negative outcomes. Maybe your negative outcome is you're going to go and streak down the street naked, or you're going to go and do something with public speaking, and you're fearful of public speaking, right? Doing something like that, having a negative consequence, can actually be more motivating than having a positive consequence, okay? Because we hate pain, and humans always want to move away from pain. So just think about that, guys. There are 5 big ways you're going to be able to crush your goals in 2017, or any goals in general, right? I'm going to go over them again really quickly. Number 1, set a specific goal. Make sure your goal is specific. Not I want to lose weight, not I want to get lean. Like, I want to get to 65%, 65 kilos and 7% body fat. That's your goal, right? 7% is too low, but that's what I'm saying. Number 2 is to start small. All right, so you want to start small. Start with just training once a day. Start with just eating that little bit better for breakfast. Do small things at a time. Don't try and like blow it out of proportion. I'm going to hit the gym every day. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to do all that stuff, because I can guarantee you right now, you're probably setting yourself up for failure, because a lot of people just don't want to stick to it for that long. So start small increments. All right, what am I going to have for a healthy breakfast? I'm going to make a protein shake for breakfast. Simple and easy as that, right? It's going to save you so much time. And then start with it, okay? So today I went for a 20-minute run. Next week I'm going to go for a 25-minute run. It doesn't need to be huge amounts of like I'm going to go for a 5K run today, because you're just going to burn yourself out. The third thing you want to make sure you're doing is make it accountable. Make sure you make it public. Post it on Facebook, post it on Snapchat, get yourself a training partner, get someone who's going to inspire and motivate you. The more public you make it and the more people are seeing you doing something, the more encouraged you are going to be to stick to it, right? If you see my posts on Snapchat and Facebook, like I tell you guys, I'm doing my fitness every day. If I'm not doing it and sharing it, it's just not as much motivation there. And people are going to be like, what's Tyson doing? He said he's getting fit. So make it accountable. Get yourself a training partner is the biggest thing. Make sure they're in line with your goals. Next one, track your progress, like I said. So making sure you're tracking it, weigh yourself, measurements, all those things are going to tell you where you're moving on the scale. Are you going up? Are you going down? There's only one way to do it, and it's to track it. Measure your body, measure your waist, measure your legs, measure all those things too. It's really, really important. And the last thing that I want to share with you guys is tip number 5 is to set negative outcomes. Have some type of specific negative outcome that you would hate to do. For me, if I have to donate $2,000 to the KKK, I would never do it in my life, and that's going to drive me towards getting my goals in 2017. And these are the 5 tips that I promise you, if you follow them, you are going to get your goals. So guys, that's the video for today. I hope it was helpful. I'm glad for all the people who came on. I really appreciate it.